Falida, 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 Shalamas, Capreca, Dunia, Kufredis, Exato Parada. Nobody enters the frequencies, the electricity of Zion, and be discerned. Your increase in the spirit decreases your carnality. I believe everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be successful. And I've been able to ask so many questions. And over the years, I have always wanted to know what is success. The more I ask questions about what success is, the more I realize that not everybody understands what success is. And because of that, many folks are misguided. And of course, you can chase after what you think is success, then after you've come to the end of it, you realize that you wasted your entire life chasing absolutely nothing. Of course, God wants us to be successful in every dream that we've dreamt of, or when we come up with ideas and concepts to fulfill. That's okay. And in fact, let me tell you a story. I would like to begin tonight with a story. I intentionally decided to drive towards Century City today. My intentions were just to meet one or two persons and ask a very sincere question, to get to know something about how an average person thinks. There's this young lady, not necessarily lady, young, I think she should be around late 30s or probably early 40s. I happen to want to prize a commodity or one of their products. Then I threw a question to her. I said, if someone gives you 4 million rand, 4 million rands today, what would you do with it? To my unbelievable surprise, here was her answer. I will change my wardrobe. I'm not kidding. So he said to me that I would change my wardrobe. In fact, I will buy all kinds of clothes. I said, is there anything else again that you might want to do with 4 million rands? She said, I'm going to get myself a sport car. These were her two major needs. And I paused for a while. I wasn't sure if I should be crying or I was emotionally, I would say, when a balloon diffuses, like I shrank for a moment. And I said, this is probably a mom to children, a daughter of someone. And the question would be, what kind of children would that woman raise? Now, you see that failure can be transitional. Failure can be generational, not because it's a curse, but because it's a way of thinking. And here's the point, just to highlight some few things. And I've come to realize that poverty is not lack of money. Poverty is not that you don't have money. Poverty is not knowing what to do with money. That's poverty. Not having understanding of what money is. So when you have a misguided revelation of what life is all about, I think that's Maurice Moran said something that I often love to quote. He said, when a purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Imagine you give somebody 4 million rands. What runs in his head or in her head is to go buy clothes. That, for me, is poverty. Now, you agree with me that poverty is not necessarily lack of money. A poor mind reflects an institution of poverty. So, you see, the poor gets poorer when given the resources to get richer. In my little years of serving the Lord and being able to manage the resources of this ministry wisely and productively, I've come across people and I've seen a lot of things that trust me, every poor person you've ever come across to was never born poor. God is such a mysterious God in his sovereignty. Every human creature that comes into this world has at least 7 distinct opportunities that God sends your way. I challenge you to reflect back. When you were growing up, probably at the age of 10, 15, 20, 30, or 10, 17, 18, God will mysteriously send somebody into your life. Something just an opportunity will come your way. Somewhere, somehow. But the problem is that not most of us are trained to discern, optimize, and highlight seasons that God had loaded opportunities that we ought to optimize.